So one of the coolest things you can do when you live in your van is that if you just don't want to work for a week and you want to go visit your family, you can just leave your van in a nice place and just go visit them. So yeah, guys, I basically decided to film what you do if you ever have to go to an airport, just kind of, get to the shuttle and then like go in. Sometimes I like to bring my own food, which I eat at the entrance before going in because you can't bring it inside. So I bought some Chick-fil-A to eat. But then you walk in, you get your bags checked in. You act like you're busy while, people are waiting for the flight to arrive. And then when it's time to board, you just kind of check in and you get on the flight. Now, this is the first time I ever documented a flight that I took, so it's kind of weird just walking around with a camera, but people didn't seem to care that much. Now, this flight actually ended up taking me to the Orlando airport, which was really cool to see because I've never been here before. They have these really cool tablets you could look up your flight in, and they even have these trains which you could hop in and get some really nice views of the airport, which was kind of cool. I actually did it a couple times because I wanted to get some really good footage. But eventually my final flight arrived, which ended up being super late at night. I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock. So yeah, because it was so late, I ended up arriving at like 2 or 3 in the morning, but at least we got some really cool views of the sky, so I can't complain that much. But yeah, once I got home, the first thing I did was just basically go to sleep, which is really hard to do because you end up like skipping your sleep schedule. So I didn't sleep that much, but hey, at least I tried. So of course I decided to hang out with family for a bit. I got to cook, which was one of the things I don't really do in the van that often, which is kind of cool to do. And I even saw some of my family's dogs, which are awesome. They're very cool to have around, and they always get super excited when they see you. Since for them, when they see you, it's like you've been gone forever, so they get super excited. I always find really strange how, once you get used to one lifestyle and you go back to your old one, it's like everything feels so much cooler and so nostalgic. I even ended up taking a solo drive on one of the old cars that we have that my family has, which I used to drive for like school and stuff. So that was super cool. Unfortunately, however, eventually all things end and you have responsibilities to do, so you take your flight back home. Now, surprisingly enough, I thought the transition from home, which is comfort, to the van would be like super uncomfortable. But yeah, it was actually way smoother than I thought. I just kind of sort of arrived to the airport, and then I went to go pick up the van, make sure that it was in good condition, making sure that things were good. I had to reconnect the battery and, kind of make sure that things were safe and all that. So yeah, once everything checked out, I basically just turn on the van and go back into the van life. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching.